The Everyman Hero, a deep dive into the life and films of James Stewart. James Maitland Stewart, more affectionately known as Jimmy, was more than just a Hollywood icon. He was the embodiment of American decency, a symbol of integrity, and an actor who could seamlessly transition from awkward charm to quiet strength. His career spanned nearly 6 decades, leaving an indelible mark on cinema and shaping our understanding of heroism, normalcy, and the American dream. This biography will delve into his life, from his humble beginnings in Indiana, Pennsylvania, to his decorated war service and remarkable film career, exploring the nuances that made him a truly unique and enduring figure. Born on May 20, 1908, in the small town of Indiana, Pennsylvania, James Stewart's upbringing was steeped in traditional values. His father, Alexander Stewart, owned a hardware store that had been in the family for generations. His mother, Elizabeth Jackson Stewart, instilled in him a love for music and literature. This stable, middle-class environment shaped his character, nurturing his inherent goodness and a deep sense of civic duty. He wasn't born into privilege or destined for Hollywood stardom. Instead, he was a bright, somewhat shy boy who excelled in academics and found solace in playing the accordion his grandfather gifted him. Stewart attended Mercersburg Academy, a preparatory school, where he further honed his academic and musical talents. He continued to play the accordion and found a love for drama, participating in school plays. This marked the nascent stages of his acting career, a path that would eventually lead him far from the predictable trajectory of inheriting the family hardware store. He enrolled at Princeton University in 1928, intending to study architecture. While he excelled in his architectural studies, his involvement in the Triangle Club, Princeton's prestigious musical theater group, cemented his passion for performing. It was here he truly blossomed, showcasing his comedic timing and stage presence. Upon graduating in 1932, Stewart faced a crossroads: pursue a traditional career or chase the seemingly improbable dream of becoming an actor. The allure of the stage proved too strong to resist. He moved to New York City and joined the University Players, a summer stock theater company that boasted a remarkable roster of future stars, including Henry Fonda, Margaret Sullivan, and Joshua Logan. This marked the beginning of a lifelong friendship with Fonda, a bond that would endure through professional ups and downs and personal triumphs and tragedies. The University Players provided invaluable experience, allowing Stewart to hone his craft and develop a distinctive style, a stammering delivery and a sincere, unassuming persona that resonated with audiences. His initial stage appearances were promising, and he landed a few minor roles. However, the theater scene in the early 1930s was fiercely competitive. Recognizing his potential, his friend and mentor, Josh Logan, encouraged him to consider Hollywood. In 1935, Stewart signed a contract with MGM, launching his film career. His early roles at MGM provided valuable exposure but didn't immediately catapult him to stardom. He often played second fiddle to more established stars, portraying earnest young men in romantic comedies and dramas. However, his natural charm and undeniable talent gradually began to shine through. Films like Rosemary and After the Thin Man in 1936 offered glimpses of his potential, and he quickly became known as reliable and versatile. The late 1930s marked a turning point in Stewart's career. He began collaborating with director Frank Capra, a partnership that would define his screen persona and contribute some of the most iconic films in American cinema. Their first collaboration, You Can't Take It With You, 1938, a heartwarming comedy about the eccentric Vanderher family, won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Stewart's portrayal of Tony Kirby, the son of a Wall Street tycoon who falls in love with a member of the Bohemian Vanderhoff clan, showcased his ability to blend romantic charm with a genuine sense of idealism. This was followed by Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, 1939, a film that cemented Stewart's status as a major star. He played Jefferson Smith, a naive but idealistic young senator who is thrust into the corrupt world of Washington politics. The film resonated deeply with audiences during the pre-war era, capturing the spirit of American idealism and the power of individual conscience. Stewart's performance was critically acclaimed, earning him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor and solidifying his image as the embodiment of American integrity. The success of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington was followed by another Capra masterpiece, The Philadelphia Story in 1940. This sophisticated romantic comedy showcased Stewart's versatility, allowing him to display his wit and charm alongside Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant. He played Macaulay Connor, a cynical reporter who falls for Hepburn's Tracy Lord. The film won 2 Academy Awards, including Best Actor for Stewart, marking the pinnacle of his early career. Despite his growing success, Stewart felt compelled to serve his country during World War II. He came from a long line of military men, and he felt a deep sense of duty to contribute to the war effort. Despite being initially rejected for being underweight, he persevered, gaining weight and enlisting in the Army Air Corps in 1941, becoming the first major movie star to join the military. He began as a private and rose through the ranks, eventually becoming a full colonel and leading bombing missions over Nazi-occupied Europe. His war service had a profound impact on him. He witnessed unimaginable horrors and experienced the psychological toll of combat. He earned numerous decorations for his bravery and leadership, including the Distinguished Flying Cross and the Croix de Guerre. He rarely spoke about his wartime experiences publicly, but it undoubtedly shaped his perspective and deepened his understanding of human nature. Upon his return to Hollywood after the war, Stewart found that his experiences had profoundly changed him. He felt a disconnect from the light-hearted fare he had thrived on before the war. He sought out roles that reflected the darker realities of the world and explored more complex characters. His first post-war film, Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life, 1946, initially received mixed reviews but has since become a beloved holiday classic. Stewart played George Bailey, a small-town man who is overwhelmed by life's challenges and contemplates suicide. Through the intervention of a guardian angel, he is shown what life would have been like had he never been born. The film's message of hope, redemption, and the importance of community resonated deeply with audiences, and Stewart's performance is considered one of his finest. The late 1940s and 1950s saw Stewart reinvent himself, embracing darker and more complex roles. He began collaborating with director Alfred Hitchcock, a partnership that resulted in some of the most suspenseful and psychologically compelling films of the era. Rope, 1948, Rear Window, 1954, The Man Who Knew Too Much, 1956, and Vertigo, 1958, showcase Stewart's ability to portray flawed and vulnerable characters grappling with psychological turmoil. In Rear Window, Stewart played a wheelchair-bound photographer who believes he has witnessed a murder from his apartment window. His performance is a masterclass in subtle acting, conveying a sense of growing dread and paranoia without resorting to histrionics. Vertigo, considered by many to be Hitchcock's masterpiece, saw Stewart play a retired detective haunted by acrophobia and consumed by an obsessive love for a woman he believes he can transform into his ideal. During this period, he also explored the Western genre, collaborating with directors like Anthony Mann and John Ford. Films like Winchester 73, 1950, The Naked Spur, 1953, and The Searchers, 1956, presented a grittier, more morally ambiguous view of the American West. The Searchers, in particular, is considered a landmark film, with Stewart delivering a powerful and complex portrayal of Ethan Edwards, a Civil War veteran driven by a racist obsession to find his niece who has been kidnapped by Comanches. Stewart's later career continued to be marked by diverse roles and collaborations with renowned directors. He appeared in comedies like Mr. Hobbs Takes a Vacation, 1962, dramas like Shenandoah, 1965, and westerns like The Shootist, 1976. He continued to work steadily until the early 1990s, leaving behind a legacy of over 80 films. Beyond his acting career, Stewart was a devoted husband and father. He married Gloria Hattrick MacLean in 1949 and remained married to her until her death in 1994. They had twin daughters and adopted 2 sons from Gloria's previous marriage. He lived a relatively private life, preferring the company of his family and friends to the glamour of Hollywood. James Stewart passed away on July 2, 1997, at the age of 89. His death marked the end of an era, leaving a void in Hollywood that has yet to be filled. He was a unique talent, a symbol of American idealism, and a man who embodied the values of integrity, courage, and compassion. His films continue to be cherished by audiences around the world, reminding us of the power of storytelling and the enduring appeal of the everyman hero. He was, and remains, a truly unforgettable American icon, whose legacy will inspire generations to come.